Welcome to Inside Indiana Overtime. We have a backing band tonight. We have Flosstradamus, who is the Will 500 musical artist, entertainer here tonight. This show started immediately after Indiana's spring game, which we just saw. It was a 21-17 victory for the Crimson team, but that doesn't really matter. The score never really matters in the spring game, but we came into this obviously looking at Indiana's quarterback play and Indiana's defensive play, and both, I think, had moments where they looked really, really good.
Right.
Richard Lego's first downfield pass was a pickup of, I think, 46 yards-ish, something like that, to Sidney Cobbs. Just like a really, really impressively good throw. But he was inconsistent throughout the game, which was basically a glorified practice. Danny Cameron was inconsistent. He threw an interception. Austin King was okay. But there are moments where they looked good, but there are also moments where they looked like they've never played in a Big Ten game, which is true. That's who they are.
Right.
But it was also kind of difficult for them because I think the defense played actually pretty well in spots.
There are going to be some things where you can say, was it the quarterback's meeting experience or was it the defense capitalizing on certain things? But for the most part, for things like the offensive-defensive line matchup, to see how the linebackers fill their gaps, it performed really well. And that was something that last season the defense, which was killed, was that the linebackers wouldn't hit their gaps. The running backs were able to get to the second level and just explode for huge gains. And in this one, they weren't. Divine Redding, Mike Majette, a lot of those guys, none of their runs really got too far past the line of scrimmage. You're going to have your couple here and there that break through, but for the most part, defense really shut down the running game. And then, they even got to the backfield for a few sacks and some hurries, which I think is pretty big considering that this is one of the best lines in the Big Ten, in the nation. And they still didn't even have Dan Feeney or Jacob Bailey out there, which was pretty huge. And then I guess Marcus Oliver, again, I think he's just the guy for IU on defense. Whether he's a captain or not, it looks like he's the emotional leader. He's probably one of the highest quality players that's out there. Every snap, he had the fumble that he returned for a touchdown. He was there on every play. That's a guy to watch going into next fall.
Yeah, absolutely. He, like you said, he had the big play tonight, the strip fumble and return for a touchdown, which was the only touchdown that was scored in the first 3 quarters.
Yeah, before they went into the red zone.
Yeah, and then they went into this red zone drill where, of course, you're going to end up with a few touchdowns. So, and then during that, there were 2 Richard Lego touchdown passes to Mitchell Page and 1 to Luke Timian. So he likes the smaller guys, I guess, in the red zone, which is kind of odd. But I don't know. In general, I think they looked fine. They looked a little bit better than I thought they would, honestly, because we haven't really. I've only seen 1 spring practice. I don't think you've seen any. So we really didn't know what to expect from them. But I think there are certainly reasons for optimism. Other notes, Camion Patrick, his knee injury is an ACL, and he's going to be out 5 to 6 months. So that puts him at least missing 5 games this season.
Yeah.
That's optimistic. Yeah. And then he will have missed all of that practice time. So who knows if he might be here for 2 years and not have played a snap, which is unfortunate for IU because he's a very talented player, but that's how it goes sometimes. Xander Diamant's supposed to be back in the mix soon. That should add a new dimension to the quarterback battle. I don't know, are there any more kind of takeaways that you had from tonight?
Just for me, this is my first time seeing them in action, so seeing the quarterbacks play was okay, because you hear some things about Lego being his first time at IU, but I think he performed well. The only thing that I would say is that while he did have, at the end, he kind of got his slot work back with those touchdown passes to Page. Yeah. When they did get to the end of the first drive, it seemed like they kind of forgot how to play offense near the red zone. So, and that's a problem that IU had last fall. They were a team that could really finish in the red zone. So, that's still something that I'm watching if I'm someone going to the ball.
Yeah, absolutely. So it'll be interesting to see how the quarterbacks develop as the offseason goes. Interesting to see how the defense builds on the kind of progression that it's making under Tom Allen. But that's a conversation for another time. That's about all we've got from here. We're gonna go down and jump in the mosh pit, but hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of your little 500 weekend. Be safe, be smart, everything like that, and we're gonna go get Flosstradamus.